All right, everybody. Let's see. Hopefully this time around we are good to go. It still looks a little bit frozen to me, but if you are watching on the HAPS side, let me know that you can see and hear me okay. If you are watching on the Facebook or the YouTube side, let me know. And if this one doesn't work, what I'm going to do is just pre-record it and then load it on YouTube, and you guys will be able to see it there. So we have, let's see, I can't see your name. It's so tiny, but welcome from St. John. Very good to have you here. So if you, wherever you are watching, I am Zakia. Very happy to see you all. If you have come back for the third time around, you are definitely the MVP today. Can see us now. Asen says, okay, fantastic. So let's go ahead and get this show on the road, because who knows how long that will last. I blamed HAPS a minute ago. It had nothing to do with HAPS. It had everything to do with my internet connection being janky. It was very janky. But now we should be good to go. So let's switch you all over. It's going to take 1 second to do that, or maybe a little more. So I'm going to bring this one over, and then I will put myself in the corner. And then that way you'll be able to still see me if you want to, but then you'll also be able to see everything that we are doing on the broadcast. So yeah, okay. So my face isn't cut off with my name on the left-hand side. Looking good. Thank you so much for checking for me, you for sight. I appreciate it. It looks like you are watching from Twitter. So it looks like it did actually land everywhere. So we have our empty bowl. Soap making is very, very similar to cooking in that time and temperature are everything when it comes to what it is that we are doing. So we are going to start out by measuring the ingredients that we need. And like I said, we are using 5 oils and butters. We are using red palm oil, coconut oil, olive oil, shea butter, and castor oil. But like the title says, we're also using turmeric. Sounds okay and exciting. Good to hear. We are also using turmeric as our natural colorant, as well as for its antioxidant properties or antibacterial properties as well. So we have our shea butter that we're going to measure out. We don't need too much, but we have it on grams. So we need about 100 grams of the shea butter. So we're going to put that in there. And on the very first video that we did, I put a video up of the women who make this shea butter. We went too far. We don't need that much. I went over a little bit. I don't want to waste it. I'm going to take some out. Get rid of some of it. Okay. Paige, quiet, mama. I know, but they can hear you on the broadcast. It's just a broadcast. Don't take it so serious. Good on Twitter. Okay, good to hear. All right, so we have the shea butter. Next, we are going to measure out our red palm oil. Well, I'll do the coconut oil so that you can see the stark contrast between the coconut oil and the palm oil. And this coconut oil is absolutely amazing. It actually smells like you have just cut open a coconut. And we need quite a bit more of this. Now we're probably going to need the whole bag for this recipe. Yep, gonna need to do a little bit of a scrapey job, guys. Or I'm gonna have to open up my other container. Oh, it smells so good. I wish if you guys like the smell of coconuts, this is amazing. I need about 30 more grams. I don't think I'm gonna get that much from scraping. Okay. They're always interested. Hello from Fraser. Welcome. You're on the HAPS side of the, oh yeah, I was in a broadcast with you on HAPS. I was in 2 with you. The nice thing about HAPS is you can actually bring people on the screen with you. I can't do that. Like that would be doing overkill at this point. Now I do need to grab just a little bit more Boxing Day soap school. So somebody give me the history of Boxing Day. I need 40 more grams. I'm sorry, 20 more grams of the coconut oil. Thank you for the super heart, Fraser. Thank you very much. All right, we got a lot of thumbs up on this broadcast, which is incredible. Thank you for those. I just got to grab a little bit of coconut oil from over here. It's going to be a moment. Give me a minute. Let's get rid of that one. Let's see. That should do it. It's going to be drippy, drippy. You can't see. I went over. That was more than 20 grams. Dang it, Gina.
Dang it, Gina.
Dang it. We did too much. That's okay. Because what we can do is we can just scrape out the little excess. We only needed 440 and I got 460. We're going to put that right over here. Hate to waste it, but we don't want to do too much super fat. Oh, I need to stop. The name comes from a time when the rich used to box up gifts to give to the poor. Boxing Day was traditionally a day off for servants and the day when they received a special gift. Well, that's very interesting. What country celebrates Boxing Day? Is that 440? There we go. Okay, red palm oil. Here we go. Now, so you see the coconut and the shea butter in there. Let's clear this out. My hands are slippery because I got the oils on there. Jeez. Look at this. Look at this palm oil, guys. Look at that color. You guys see that? It's amazing. Let me make sure I know how much I need. Okay, this is going to be another scrape job, I can tell. And that is going to naturally color our soap as well. Let's see what we got. Get out of there. Oh, this is going to be like a exact science. I need 8 more grams. Can we get it? 26. Dang it. We went over. You keep going over. Okay. So we now have our shea butter, our palm oil, and our coconut oil in there. UK mainly. Great. All right. Now we have our infused olive oil and castor oil that we're also going to add. You know what? We're doing a heat transfer, so I won't even add that. We don't need our scale. And let's just get our stick blender ready to go. I have like this portable, just because I got oil all over these, I'm going to switch my gloves just so stuff doesn't start slipping out of my hands. I'm going to come on over here. And if you guys are watching over there on Facebook, my personal page, I don't think the comments come up over here on HAPS. So what I will do is I will respond on that page when I get a chance. Ooh, I am excited to purchase a few bars. Thanks, Alto V's. All right. So before I actually start blending, I want to get our extra ingredients ready to go. Our extra ingredients are going to be the turmeric. And it's also going to be just a hint of activated charcoal. Now, activated charcoal naturally pulls toxins from the skin. Turmeric will help you to reveal a natural glow that has always been there. Thank you for those super hearts, Autovis. And so both of these combined should give us a really nice natural bar of soap. We're not adding any scent to it. The color is going to come from this palm oil and the combination of the turmeric that we're going to put in there. The key word for today, guys, if you have not heard the term before, you can say that you heard it here first. That will be saponification. Saponification. And saponification is the process that converts all of these fats and oils into a salt, which then becomes a soap. So we're going to go ahead and add in our lye solution because it's pretty hot and it will help us to melt down these oils and butters. And remember, we did a combination of shea butter, we did some palm oil, and we also did some coconut oil. Now this is creating what is known, hello from Amarillo, hello there. This is creating what is known as an exothermic reaction. So it is creating heat and sending it out. And that's going to help us to melt these oils and butters down, or the fats, I should say. Otherwise, what we could have done is we could have melted it in the microwave, but I didn't want to do that. Ugh. I should have checked my temperature before I poured it in. And then I'm kind of just using my spatula to encourage it to break up a little bit more. Kind of looks like mashed potatoes. Now this is the pure definition of skin food. Thank you for the super heart sound bath. Thank you so very much. And it looks like L'Oreal just subscribed. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the subscription. So if you all are new to me, my name is Zakia Ringgold. I am a handcrafted soap artisan. I absolutely love every single thing about natural skincare and natural beauty. My business was born basically by live streaming. I would come home from work, I would turn on my camera, and I would demonstrate my hobby of making natural soap. And when I did that, we built what was known now as Soap Nation, which was people all over the world able to tune in because of a live streaming platform just like this one. Hi, had to come over. I always watch you on YouTube. Well, so good to see you, and hopefully join this app too. I'm glad that you are here and that you came over from the YouTube side, because unfortunately I can't see it on YouTube. I'm just putting it there, but very happy to have you here. And I'm still kind of like breaking that up. And as you can see, a normal batch of soap with without the red palm oil would typically be a yellow shade. It would not be this color here. But that red palm is giving it all of that glory raw there. So now I'm going to go ahead and add in the remainder of our oils. This is our combination of infused olive oil. And then we also have castor oil in here as well. And then we're going to take the stick blender and have that do its job to give us a really nice emulsification of this batch. And this is the Zen meditative moment when you are making soap, where you kind of get a chance to see all of your ingredients come together in a bowl. You kind of think about why you chose the ingredients that you chose. And then you mix it on up. Hello from Fort Worth. Well, hello there. Welcome to the broadcast. And I'm just using this immersion blender to kind of like break it up. And I'm also introducing air bubbles by doing it this way. But you get what you get and you don't get upset. Now, this isn't blended yet because we still have some chunks in there. If you guys would like me to mute my microphone or you want to take some of this ASMR, that is fine too. Yeah, Paigey. Oh, that's okay. Okay, so we have achieved what is known as a really thin trace. We don't need to do too much to this soap, but I do need to get our additional ingredients in there, which are the turmeric and the activated charcoal. Now, I'm not going to just pour the turmeric straight away like this, because I may get chunks in there and we want it to be completely blended. So what we're going to do instead is, what temperature do you soap at? Now, typically I soap at 90 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Today, because I had those butters, I don't know what the temperature dropped down because I didn't measure it this time, but I should have. But typically I soap between 90 and 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil to this turmeric, and then I'm going to stir it up just to kind of break it up and so that it actually gets in there. And the ratio I use for my turmeric is 2 teaspoons per pound of oil in my soap. Now, my soap right here, we're making a 5-pound batch of soap, which is 3.5 pounds of oil. So if you're wondering what that comes out to be, you can't see what I'm doing, so sorry about that. So I added the oil, and now that's just mixing the turmeric in there. We're going to blend that up really well. And then that'll just help it to disperse inside of our batch of soap. And all that goodness of the turmeric will be throughout the batch of soap here. Good morning. Happy holidays to you. So I'm just going to pour that right in to this batch. And you can, and really a lot of times, and I tell this to all new soap makers, people give you guidelines. They'll say 1 teaspoon per pound of oil, 2 tablespoons per pound of oil. That is your starting point for what you are going to do in your batch of soap. So you do it, you see how you like it, and you tweak it and go up or down. So adding that turmeric, what it does is it's going to give us those beneficial qualities of the turmeric in our soap. Additionally, what it will do is it's going to dye the soap. It's going to give us an even brighter color. And although we don't need much with that red palm oil, I think that is just beautiful to look at. And you just want to make sure that you blend everything in. You don't want like streaks. It should be a uniform consistency. And again, this is unscented. The main reason that we have it as unscented is I don't believe in putting anything with color or scent on the face. And this is primarily a facial bar. Today is a rest day for me. It's cold. It is freezing here. It's about 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And what that means is, yeah, I'm staying in the house. All right, so let me use the stick blender just to make sure that everything is immersed well. And then look what I'm doing, guys. I was about to put this other part into it instead of the actual stick blender. Dear gosh. It's nice and thick. And then always try and scrape the sides of your bowl to make sure everything gets down in there. This will be very nice to get a nice texture on the top. And if we wanted to, we could put some of those calendula leaves on top of the soap once we pour it. Now, I just need a taste of this for the activated charcoal. And when I say a taste, just a little bit, because I really want it for just a little bit of color variation in the soap. The turmeric is going to do everything that we need. So I'm going to pour just a little bit in here. And that's still more than I needed, but that's okay. And now to that, we're going to add a little bit of olive oil into the activated charcoal. I'm going to grab another chopstick or craft stick, because that is going to give us that. Now, activated charcoal is that very interesting ingredient. You want to know why? Because oftentimes people who don't necessarily know how to make African black soap, they will dye their soap with activated charcoal. And because it's black, people will be under the false assumption that it is a black soap. It is not. Activated charcoal actually comes from charcoal, and it is very cleansing for the skin. It pulls toxins out. A lot of people will actually use it to clean or whiten their teeth, but we can also use it to color our soap. And you'll see why I want it just a small amount in just a second when we go to pour it into our mold. Okay. So let's grab our mold, which was sitting patiently waiting off to the side. And this is, I use wooden molds. Sometimes you can use a silicone mold as well. Do you always use oils to mix color, or do you use water? I've never used, and I guess it was just because I was introduced to it that way. I've always used oil. I know there are some titanium dioxides that you can buy that have the water dispersion. However, I've always gotten the oil dispersion oil or colors and herbs. And I don't know if you guys can see that. It is the creamiest consistency ever there. Now, this is definitely skin food. This would definitely be considered skin food. Now, not the food that you eat, but it will nourish your skin with the ingredients so that it's not too drying or anything along those lines. Yes, indeed. I love the color. And that is such a natural color. Now, I'm hoping that I don't ruin it with my activated charcoal, but I want to get some black in there. And the primary reason for using the activated charcoal is I wanted to keep this batch 100% natural. I didn't want to use any mica colorants in there, but I just wanted a little element of color at the top of my soap so that I could do a little bit of a design on the top. And it's not really a design, it's just dragging the craft stick across the top. Okay, so we got that. I'll use a new craft one. And now we can just take the stick. Now, I should tap this. Let me tap it on the ground just so we don't have any air bubbles in there. And make sure it's tight. And bring her back one time. I went downstairs again. All right. So then we're just going to take our craft stick And because it's setting up nicely, we'll be able to kind of just pull. Now we'll go to the other side. All right, this is where, as a soap maker, you kind of want to keep messing with it and doing stuff to it. Stop. Don't do that. Let it do what it wants to do there. And then I'm just going to take a few of the calendula leaves and put them right across the top. And I don't know if you guys can, you probably can hear, Paige has gotten, what is that, a Barbie dream house? That has an actual working toilet in there. Can do this in her soap. Made soap for the first time in September and loving it. Really? What kind of soap did you make? What ingredients did you use? And remember, the only reason I'm adding the calendula leaves is to remind myself that I used a calendula infused olive oil. And it just gives a nice decorative element to the top of the soap. The first time you bathe with the soap, it'll come off. It will come off. Okay. And that is all there is to it, to our turmeric soap. All of you that have come back and stuck with me as the streams dropped or came back, I am so happy that you decided to do that. Let me switch over to make sure I did not miss any of your comments. All of you that have given me super hearts, thumbs up. It looks like we had quite a few of you on live, which is fantastic. And we did about 28 minutes. Let me see if I can switch the camera so I can say bye-bye to all of you. So I am Zakia Ringgold of Natural Soap by Zakia, as well as Live Soap School. And I have noticed that my skin, and I'll give you guys a close-up picture on Live Soap School and Natural Soap by Zakia. My skin has completely broken out where I wear the mask, like on this side and on this side. And because of that, I've decided to make my own skincare for that using all natural ingredients, including the turmeric, which helps to cleanse your skin as well as reveal the natural glow that is there below. We also have activated charcoal, more so for the color. And then we used infused olive oil, which was infused with calendula, because that also has some skin healing properties with it as well. So I am glad you all were able to catch me here. I love the color. Yes, it looks great. For the colors, part of the oil that you measured with the soap. No, I don't. That's a really good question. Let me pull that one up. That's Lakeisha. Hey, Lakeisha. I don't add extra. So it's actually in addition to, but I have a super fat in my soap. So typically I'll super fat anywhere between 8 and 12%. I don't include 4% of that in my calculation. So I'll have that to play with my colors and any of the herbs that I'm using to mix into the recipe. But that's a good question. Make soap for the first time. Can do this in her sleep. I cannot do this in my sleep. Coconut oil, olive oil, palm oil, avocado, shea butter, and cocoa butter. That sounds like a fantastic blend. My daughter and I was just talking about the effects of the mask on our skin. Woo, it has been pretty crazy. Yeah, they're actually studying it. One of the natural skincare journals that I follow, and they've termed the coin mask knee. Like mask knee, like acne, but with the term mask in front of it. And what it is the constant chemicals from us breathing, the oxygen and the CO2, that constant circling of it, depending on how sensitive your skin is, can cause breakouts. Of course, you always have to stay hydrated. You always have to drink your water. All of those elements make an impact. However, I've been sitting at home, sucking down coffee, sucking down Pepsi, maybe drinking a bottle of water here and there, which is not helping my situation at all. But I am definitely wearing my mask anytime I go out anywhere. So I said, let's go ahead and create our own bar of soap that we can use for our face. And again, no scent in anything that I put on my face. I just think that just doesn't do well. It doesn't bode well for the senses. So this has been a great broadcast. Sorry for the ups and downs. We're still figuring out how the technology will work. I think I do have to be hardwired in for multi-streaming. Wi-Fi will not do it, but I am Zakia Ringgold of Natural Soap by Zakia, Live Soap School, and Virtual Experience Design. And as you have seen, and hopefully as you have heard, it is so much more than soap. I'm wishing all of you a happy Kwanzaa. Hopefully you had an enjoyable Christmas with your friends and your family, social distance style. And then also looking forward to the new year. And if you're somebody who waits until the new year for whatever those resolutions will be, there is no reason that today can't be your new year. Today can always, every day can be a new year for you to try a new habit, a new hobby, or a new outlook on the things that you are doing. And last but not least, if you have not seen the movie Soul on Disney Plus, I highly, highly recommend it. And thank you, Altovis, for being here. It was so good to see you. I'm hoping that once COVID does its thing, like gets out of here, we can meet up either in Philly or I think you're in Maryland again. I can't see your name, but thank you so very much for being here. All of you that have came out and whatnot, thank you. I'm Zakia Ringgold. Bye-bye.